Hey YouTubers and Star Wars fans, Later Vader 1138 here with another Star Wars figure review. It's been about a month since my last review. I've had a lot going on, but anyway, here we go again. What I've got today is the Medicom 1/6 scale Darth Vader. It's like the Return of the Jedi version, real action heroes. Also, for just size comparison, I've got the Sideshow Collectibles A New Hope Vader, and he's slightly modified. I'll get into that a bit. Anyway, as usual, we'll start off with the box. Here we go. Medicom Toys, Real Action Heroes. It's got a Imperial insignia. I mean, you can feel it. It's raised from the box. And then Star Wars Darth Vader. Again, Real Action Heroes on the side. Star Wars Darth Vader. And then we've got on the back, I guess, all the people who helped make this figure possible. And then on the side is the same panel as the other side. On the top, Real Action Heroes, Star Wars Darth Vader, and on the bottom, a little bit of shelfware. Open it up, it's a Velcro top, or lid, or panel. And then we've got some information on Darth Vader here. You can pause it and read it if you're interested. Overall, it's a pretty simple, plain box. He comes with two lightsabers. One is lit, as you can see there. He comes with two pairs of hands. Pretty plain box, but it's nice nonetheless. And then we'll move on to the figure. So, this was probably, I want to say, the second 6 scale figure, maybe the third possibly that I ever bought. I thought at the time that he was better sculpted than the Sideshow version, and in some ways I guess he is. I mean, the helmet to me looks, even though neither one of them are like really spot on representations, this one to me at the time looked better than, say, this one. But this one has grown on me quite a bit, and he's definitely quite a bit bigger, as you can see. It's like father and son, like, it's funny looking. Anyway, I still like this Vader. It's Medicom, so he's probably gonna break on me one day. Probably pretty fragile, as usual with Medicom. But anyway, the sculpt, like I was saying, isn't bad. It's a pretty good helmet. The armor and stuff, it could have been done better, but it's still, it's not bad. I usually have him in kind of a cocky pose, with his hands on his belt. The shins are sculpted, really well. Let me get some light on them. They're shiny, like Darth Vader's boots should be. Oh, and the stand is a Sideshow stand, by the way. It's not, it doesn't come with it. You have to get that separately. Cod piece. The little chess computer. Looks alright. Then I guess we'll go on to the tailoring, which isn't bad. He's got like this faux leather jumpsuit It's pretty nice. It's really tight on the body. His cape is also pretty decent. It's, kind of shiny and slick on the inside, and it's darker and a little more rough on the outside. He's got a chain holding his cape on. He's got the little hook on his chest armor, which I think is actually movie accurate. I think they had that in the movie. Let's see if you can zoom in there. No. Anywho. I mean, there's really not much to tell. He's just a... Oh, there's his unlit saber there. I have it hanging on his belt loop. And his cape's got a wire in it, so you could put it in like some sort of like dramatic pose, with the wind blowing through it or whatever, like I have. His tunic does not have the wire. But pretty good. It's a pretty good lightsaber, I have to say. Looks really nice. Now, one thing that's really awesome about this figure that Sideshow did not do on theirs, and part of the reason I bought this figure is because he's got a reveal helmet. So the dome comes off. It's just attached by, there's a little peg inside there. You can see it there. And it just goes right into the top of his respirator face mask. Pretty good detail. And this is the first version. This isn't 2.0. This isn't the talking one. So he's a little shorter. And he doesn't talk. And his lightsaber doesn't light up, which I don't care about. So, having trouble getting this thing to zoom focus. Anyway, now on to the head sculpt of the actor Sebastian Shaw. It's a pretty good likeness, if you ask me. He's got all the gashes on his face, and he's all, he's a burn victim. Healed up pretty well for that, if you ask me. I think, a burn victim would be more like Freddy Krueger or something, but maybe the power of the Force healed him, or the Emperor healed him. Who knows? Still got these nasty gashes in the back of his head. That's kind of what sold this figure to me, like seeing how realistic these gashes look like in person. I mean, they do look pretty good on the camera too, but it just looks so gnarly. And it just reminded me of that scene in Empire when, that guy walks in and he's in his little meditation chamber and you see the gashes on the back of his head. It's pretty gnarly looking. So anyway, I guess that's Medicom Vader in a nutshell. He's got the dark, sunken-in eyes. Pretty cool stuff. I like it. So anyway, I say this figure gets 4 out of 5 lightsabers, lit lightsabers. There we go. detail is amazing. You know, he's a great 1/6 scale figure. The only drawbacks are, you know, he's a little small. He's actually quite a bit too small for Darth Vader, in my opinion. His wrists don't move. The gloves just sort of fit on like a little peg in there. His hands are static. They don't move. He's probably going to break on me one day because Medicom figures are brittle. But, you know, as he stands right now, 4 out of 5, and I really like him. And I'm sure he'll be in my collection for many years to come. So, you can find him on eBay. You could probably find him on Amazon.com. I paid about $250 for him, brand new. You know, he wasn't a used figure or anything, and pretty cool stuff. Sideshow is the better Vader. He's way too tall. The cape he comes with is garbage, and so is the tunic, so I replaced him. This guy on the forum makes these, so if you have this Vader and you don't like the cape and the tunic, go on Sideshow Freaks. His name is like I Ferrigno or something like that. But yeah, he's a pretty great Vader. I'll do a more lengthy review on this one another time, but I just wanted to go ahead and show him, kind of give you a taste of things to come, what'll be up next. So anyway, and this is the exclusive Sideshow Vader, and well, there's my 2 6 scale Darth Vaders, and I hope you enjoyed this review. See you next time.